Hi, I'm John Lasseter. I'm the director of Toy Story, A Bug's Life, and Toy Story 2. I want to welcome you to Pixar Animation Studios. This is our brand new studio. Come on in, there's a lot of cool things in here. So at Pixar we have this center atrium, and this is where all the things we do together. We have Cafe Luxo here, we have the mail room, we have foosball, very important here at Pixar. There's Pete. Hey! Pete Docter is the director of Monsters Incorporated. Thought we'd give him a tour of Pixar. Go down to the Tiki room. Well, this is Mark's office. He's done it up like a tiki lounge.
The pineapple is the symbol of hospitality.
So we're gonna go see Andrew Gordon's office. Andrew moved into his office, and then what did you find?
Well, I found this air conditioning vent.
And he found a whole nother room in there.
An alternate reality.
So this has become the Love Lounge. Come on, let's go into the Love Lounge. Okay. You have to crawl through. We have every dignitary that comes to Pixar, and they're starting to sign the rooms. We have Randy Newman here, Michael and Jane Eisner, Steve Jobs, Roy Disney's right there. Ooh, molasses chips. Thanks for another wonderful time at the Love Lounge. Come on in here, this is my office. I love toys. Oh, who does that remind you of, huh? There's Steve's office. You want to see Steve Jobs' office? It's the cleanest office at Pixar. This is where we get our creativity.
Oh, I just had an idea there.
It's called speed golf. Oh! You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead. Pete's really good. Ladies and gentlemen, Pete Docter. This is our main theater, and everybody's gathered to see our new trailer. They're overly dramatic here in Pixar Projection. What makes Pixar so special is not the bricks and the steel and the wood of the building. It's the people that makes Pixar. Joe Ranft. Joe Ranft is my head of story.
I do Heimlich the Caterpillar.
And here are the co-directors of Monsters Incorporated, Lee Unkrich and David Silverman.
Darl Anderson, producer of Monsters Incorporated. Andrew Stan, co-executive producer and co-writer and
He's co.
John Cars.
Glenn McLean.
Because I always believe that if you're having fun making the movie, it's going to appear on the screen. A few months ago, we had the first annual Pixar Air Show off of this bridge, and we had a paper airplane contest for the whole company. It was pretty cool.
You can see we really have a lot of fun at Pixar, but our main passion is our work.
Our people work so hard. They work really long hours making these movies. But number one to us is to make a great movie that audiences around the world will enjoy.
Okay, stop. Oh, stop. To date, Pixar has earned 13 Oscars, 1 Golden Globe, 1 Grammy, and a bunch of other awards for our animated short films. At Pixar, we use computer animation. It's one of the newest art forms that there is, and we love it because it's changing constantly. It's always, adding new things and new capabilities. It's very exciting to work in this medium. But story is the most important thing in our films. Always has been, always will be. That's what entertains audiences.
Well done. Ooh, they're so awesome.
So we all know the most important part of a good film is a good story. And in the story department, we take all our ideas and we give them a shot. Storyboard artists will get the script, develop it, and turn it into a series of these comic book-like drawings that break a sequence down shot by shot.
As a storyboard artist, we will take a script and go back and draw pictures. And those pictures, it's like a large comic strip. And what we'll do is we'll take those pictures and pin them up on a board. We will have dialogue strips, which are the dialogue for the movie. We'll pin those up too, and so you see the movie in sequence. And what we'll do is we'll bring these boards in, get as many people as we can to get opinions, and we'll take a pointer, go along those drawings, and pitch them as if they were in the actual film. So you get an idea of whether it's working before you commit to editing and animation, and you try to work out some of the gags and the business that happens in the story sequence that we're working on.
Puts it down on this board. Ivory Ghost, your immediate supervisor. You get the golden rod. Golden rod. And Mike's got paper in his mouth. And that's how the sequence.
When you think of the word storyboarding, you really should say storyboarding, because what we do at Pixar is we'll throw something up on a storyboard and then take it down, analyze it, rip it apart, put it back together, and start over again.
I've been on this film for 5 years since came up with it to when it's released. And the thing that's been the hardest to do is just get the story to be just right.
As it's been said many times, they could put a sign over our door here in the story room where we work that story is king, that story always has to work before you can move down the line and have the other departments plus it to the final film. But if it doesn't work here, you just can't let it go downstream.
So the next stop on our tour, by no coincidence, also the next stop in production, is also the recording studio.
A lot of people think that we record all the voices for the movie after we finish the animation, but the reality is that long before we even start the animation, we come in here to the recording studio to record the actors.
And on this film, we have a fantastic cast of characters. James P. Sullivan, our hero, is played by the wonderful John Goodman.
And the very hilarious Mike Wazowski is played by the very hilarious Billy Crystal.
Babylicious Jennifer Tilly plays Mike's love interest, Celia.
And the very evil Randall is played by the very sweet Steve Buscemi.
The CEO of Monsters Incorporated, Henry J. Waternoose, is played by the incomparable James Coburn.
Come on with us, we have a little surprise for you. Come on in here. This is the recording studio here at Pixar.
Hey, it's Bob. Look at that.
Bob Peterson, who not only is Bob, the head of story, but he's also the voice of a character you might recognize.
Hello, I am thrilled to be here today, Mr. Director.
So let's now take a look at some footage behind the scenes that shows how we work with the actors to create those memorable performances.
I'm off duty.
Monsters are clearly misunderstood.
Probably the biggest misconception anyone has about monsters is that they're scary.
Sully?
Morning, Ricky.
Hey, it's a Selsta.
They're just workaday Joes.
We're just two regular Joes on our way to work.
They clock in, they clock out. Scaring kids is their job.
If you want to be a scarer, you gotta practice, beef up, work out.
Scary feet, scary feet, scary feet. Twins and a bunk bed.
Sully is Monsters Incorporated's top scare.
I'm Monsters Incorporated. We're working for a better tomorrow.
He's just completely gifted.
He does his job. He's a total professional.
Big, fantastic scarer.
He can be very ferocious, but he's got a heart of a teddy bear.
Oh, he's a happy bear.
He's big and he's fluffy.
He's our hero. Oh, just doing my job.
Sully is the top scare, but Mike's his assistant.
That's Mike Wazowski.
Wazowski. Mike Wazowski! Mike Wazowski! Mike Wazowski!
Yeah!
I'm not a really scary guy. I'm a run. Is that a joke? Tell me you're joking.
Mike Wazowski's green and he has one big eyeball.
He just looks like a beach ball with horns.
I think he's kind of cute.
I hadn't even noticed. I'm in this one! What can I say? The camera loves me.
He's a babe magnet.
Green is turn on, clearly. And the one-eye thing, babes love that.
I am so romantic, sometimes I think I should just marry myself.
Mike is in love with Schmoopsy Poo.
Oh, Schmoopsy Poo.
Googly Bear!
Happy birthday.
Oh, Googly Woogly, you remembered!
He's head over heels,
Oh.
and he is all head, so he's just over heels for her.
Who couldn't love a luscious lady with fantastic Medusa hair?
Celia, she's just your normal snake-haired gal. I'm thinking about getting it cut.
No, I like it this length.
She's in love with, Mike. He's not exceedingly talented, and he's not a schmo either.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's all about presents.
Henry J. Waternoose III is a third generation of Waternooses that have run Monsters Incorporated.
He's a real company man. James, this company has been in my family for 3 generations, and I would do anything to keep it from going under.
He's this great big kind of cross between a crab and a spider.
If I have one eye, he's got way too many.
He's very warm, very grandfatherly.
Yeah, now that's my boy.
Randall Boggs is the second best scarer at Monsters Incorporated, but he is not satisfied with that. He wants to be number 1.
I'm in the zone today, Sullivan. Gonna be doing some serious scaring, putting up some big numbers.
This vicious little lizard kind of a creature, and he's got a mouthful of little razor-sharp teeth. And the main cool thing that he can do, it's really, really cool, is he can blend into things like a chameleon.
Yikes!
Randall's really scary.
He has no scruples and has no moral code, and is just basically evil at heart.
All right, I'm back.
You little one-eyed cretin.
Okay, first of all, it's creep. If you're gonna threaten me, do it properly.
He's just slimy and crawly and creepy and
Nasty bad guy.
Where's the kid?
Look, this is Boo.
Boo? What's Boo?
Boo is a human child.
Boo!
The star of the movie is this little 3-year-old, incredible, adorable creation.
Boo goes to Monster World.
That thing is a killing machine!
La 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 la.
She sees all these monsters, they're funny, they're big, they're entertaining, they're reacting to her, and it's a lot of fun.
She's the one who wants to, you know, humanize us, and she does just by her very presence.
she's such a cute little thing. Come here, you.
All the monsters in this movie are very friendly.
They make you laugh, they make you care about them.
You can look like a monster, but you don't have to act like a monster.
Monsters Incorporated. We scare because we care.
It's a nice drawing, isn't it? We're going to talk about design now. Now, the process of design is very much the same since the days of Snow White. Still figured out using paper and pencils and pens and paints before we do anything on the computer. And for our movie, we've assembled a great team of very talented artists that have created a very unique look for Monsters Incorporated.
One of the most exciting things on this movie was that we did get to create this world from scratch. I mean, nobody knows what a world where monsters live in might look like. There have been a lot of different interpretations of it through time, but we had an opportunity to create a really unique, original vision of a monster world. And it was a lot of fun because in computer graphics, we have to create every last little detail, every prop, every building, down to the tiniest detail. So somebody has to think about all those details, and it was great fun to think them all up and to create a world that not only looked cool, but made sense.
That was one of the criteria, was to have some relatable connection to our world. And also, if it's going to be designed this way for the monsters, there has to be a real reason for it. We have to really kind of think it out as opposed to, this looks neat.
We kind of wound up thinking of Monstropolis as kind of almost a parallel universe with the human world. That at first glance, it looks like a regular city. It's not so bizarre that you can't figure out what it is, but we really wanted to relate that they live in a happy place, a bustling, exciting place. They're all going to work, and that the whole world is designed for monsters.
So they've done this hilarious thing of showing, you know, doors that have multiple doors or multiple handles on everything. But it's also one of those things, it's just part of the world.
Sully's chair in our movie has a big hole in the back of it. Why does it have a hole in the back of it? For his tail to go through.
And they have a lot of different physical requirements. The buildings were super reinforced with cast iron and steel and brick. The other was in Monsters, Inc., the factory. We really wanted it to look like it was a working factory. We tried to communicate in the factory design itself that there were areas for the executives and for the union workers.
Everything that we do as far as the story, the characters, and the world, it's believable to the audience.
So it's all those little details that we thought up that really make this world a really rich, exciting one to look at again and again.
Hi, we're here in the animation area. This is where the animators work. They're the people, they're basically the actors of this whole process, and they're the ones that create those memorable performances that you see on the screen.
What you're going to see next is a progression of one shot as it goes to story reels, then to layout, animation, final shaders, and lighting. We start with hand-drawn drawings by somebody's hand, Bob Peterson in this case, and we're going to see them for the first time in a story reel and see how the whole scene times out.
With the story reels, we move on into layout. That's where we determine the compositions and the visual structure of the movie. We work with little virtual sets with a virtual camera, and we figure out how the camera's going to move and basically do everything that we can to make the film very visually dynamic.
And cut.
In this part of the progression reel, I'm going to talk a little bit about animation. Layout basically provide us with a blueprint of how the shot will work. What we're concerned with is bringing the characters to life. First thing we do, we listen to the dialogue of the actors portraying these characters again and again and again. We listen to it hundreds of times, trying to figure out what the right gestures, what the right performance for the shot should be. Some animators just sit at their desk and act it out like madmen. Other animators use video reference. They'll videotape themselves acting it out just to get clear in their own minds what the performance should be. The last thing we do is work on the character's face. We find that if we can communicate an idea through pantomime using Sully's entire body, when we finally go into the face, we're really only plussing something that's already working.
The next step is when the shot leaves animation and comes into the shots department. And in particular for this shot, we're going to be simulating Sullivan's fur. It's an important part. It's a part of Sullivan's look to put all that fur on it. But most importantly, simulation is really where we're adding the overlapping action in the animation. So we're really breathing an additional amount of life into that character by having that fur reacting to the motion. The hair there is really flouncing in reaction. It adds a lot of life. It really conveys his emotion of being bouncy in that scene.
After the animation is final, we still have to add the shaders, which is the textures and the colors, basically, and the lighting, which is the shadows and the depth. It's only after these shaders and lighting is finished that the film looks like what you see in the theater. And here it is.
We're rehearsing.
Hey, guys.
Hey, John.
Hey, John. How's it going?
How are you?
Good to see you.
How's the tour going?
Oh, we're doing well.
Believe it or not, we're done.
Yeah.
You're done already? That's
We showed them around the whole building and
Really?
talked about the movie and went through all the steps. And
Yeah, from a story animation to
the finished film.
Yeah, I think they had a great time.
It's in the can. Have a great
Bye.
time.
Okay.
See you later.
See ya.
See you later.
Well, thanks a lot, everybody. We had a good time showing you around. Hope you enjoyed yourself.
Now stick around because after we leave, you're going to see a bunch of doors. Now these doors don't have any markings or words on them, but you still might want to check them out.
Right.
Big surprises.
Thanks very much.
Bye now.